Have you ever had that voice inside your head say things like, you're not good enough? Say things like, I don't think this person wants to be with me. Say things like, I think their ex is better than me. They're a better lover than I was. I'll never be the person that they were. Having all those self-doubts, all that voice just constantly putting you down all the time. The truth is, even the most confident person in the entire world has these same voices in their head, but it's how you handle them, how you move forward with them, which will completely affect your life and what types of other amazing benefits you get to experience from life. Welcome back to another video. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Matt. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about how you can eliminate self-doubt and how you can skyrocket your self-confidence. And it has to do with that voice inside your head and how we can start taming that voice and going shh and understanding we don't have to listen to it. And almost if we start doing the opposite that it says, we can start living the life of our dreams, skyrocket our confidence, and eliminate self-doubt altogether. We'll get to that in just a moment. Before we do, though, if you could take a quick moment and smash the like button on this video, that'll get it out to more people that need to see it. It'll support this channel's growth, so I greatly, greatly appreciate it. So this voice we have inside our head that's saying, you're not good enough. Don't do this. You can't do this. That's not you. You're not enough. This voice is trying to keep us safe, okay? It's trying to keep us safe. It's trying not to make us make a fool out of ourselves. It's trying not to make us fail. It's trying not to make us do all these illusionary things that really nothing bad can happen to us if we do them. Really, truly, that voice is almost like our enemy in a sense. It's trying to pull us away from the life that we truly want. And so when we identify with that voice, when we say that voice is true, that's when we start holding ourselves back. Even more so when we start to argue with that voice, when it says, no, 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 you can't do this. And I say, no, I can. No, you can't. I think I can. No, you can't. You can't. You can't. They're better than you. They're better than you. They're better than you. It takes advantage of you. And it's almost exhausting arguing back and forth, right, with this voice all the time. So what I have done and what's really worked for me is just to stop arguing with the voice. Either ignore the voice altogether, do the opposite of what the voice says, or just stop arguing with it. You can hear it. It's still there. It's telling me right now this video is not good. Okay? It's there. But you do not have to argue with it. You don't have to identify with it. I just usually just kind of take a breath. I take a breath. And then I take that voice. Remember, the voice, the reason the voice bothers us so much is because it brings up an emotional response, an emotional feeling. So I kind of stop listening to that voice and I put my focus physically. So I get out of my head a little bit and put my focus physically to me. And I feel where I can feel that emotion that voice brings out. Mine, I kind of get it right in here, right in my chest area here, where I can really feel where that voice is as far as the emotion it's bringing up. And then I put my attention on it. I put my attention on that feeling and I just focus on it. I don't judge it as right or wrong. I just focus on it. Just focus on it. And when I do that and I put myself physically, that voice dissolves. And now I'm just feeling something that I have no judgment towards. And when I put my focus on it, it goes away. Remember, what we resist persists and what we look at disappears. So when we put our focus and attention on that, it goes away. I was just doing this the other day with a headache. I had a bad headache the other day. And so I put my focus on the headache, on the ache, not saying this is a headache or judging it, just putting my focus on it. Not judging the feeling, just focusing. And pretty soon it went away. And I put my focus on it and it goes away. You can do this with any emotion. So with that voice inside your head, same thing that's saying you can't do it. Get out of your head a little bit. We don't want to listen to that voice anymore. We don't want to argue with it. Put your attention on the emotion that it brings up. Don't judge the emotion. Just feel it, focus, and it will start to go away. That's very, very powerful. It's been very, very powerful for me. In many, many aspects of my life where I would get a lot of self-doubt, a lot of anxiety, is getting out of the brain, getting out of the head and into the body more. Now, another way to do this is to kind of move around a little bit. Sometimes if the feeling is just so overbearing, if maybe that day our nervous system is a little bit more through the roof, let's say, sometimes it's hard to really focus on that feeling and have it dissipate, have it go away. It works most of the time for me, but sometimes it doesn't. And so I know in that case, I need to get moving. I need to move myself physically a little bit. Okay, get the blood pumping, get the body flowing, get the energy flowing. And once I find when I do that, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to go exercise, although I've done that. Sometimes I'll go out for a run. But sometimes that just means getting up and moving. Whew, shaking things out, right? Doing a few jumping jacks, doing some push-ups, get that blood pumping. And immediately when you start changing your state, you'll start changing your emotions along with it. You'll find that that anxiety, that feeling will kind of dissipate. Maybe that voice will kind of stop when you do something that automatically makes you feel confident, automatically makes you feel healthy, just moving around, feeling that gratitude for being able to move, for being able to live. That's very, very powerful. Another way I like to do this, this is actually one of my favorite methods, and for a few of the people that I've taught this, it's been very powerful for them too, is to embody what it feels like to feel no fear. And this is very powerful. This came from the business teacher and coach Dan Pena, if anybody's watched him on YouTube before. And one of the things he teaches is, we don't do things because we're scared. We don't do because we're in fear. We don't say things because we're in fear. We don't move to the next level because we're in fear. We think we're going to fail. We think people are going to make fun of us. We think people are going to laugh at us. We think all these things. But he said, close your eyes and imagine what it would be like if you had no fear. If this emotion, fear, was not a part of you anymore. Close your eyes, whatever situation that you're in, that you're feeling that self-doubt, where you're feeling, that voice inside your head. Close your eyes and imagine what it would be like if that voice was not there, if those negative emotions were not there. What would you do? What would you say? What would happen? And every time I do that, I almost feel a sense of relief, being like, whoa, look at all the stuff I would have done. Look at all how far advanced my life would be if I didn't let fear get in the way, because all fear is the false evidence appearing real, or false expectations appearing real, whatever word you want to use there for the E. But it really is. It's an illusion that we allow to control our lives. But if we can close our eyes and use our imagination for our benefit and imagine a life where we had no fear, in this same situation, let's pretend we have no fear. What am I going to do right now? And look at all the incredible things that would happen if you had no fear. The stuff we considered failures would not be failures. We wouldn't feel that pain from failure. We'd keep pushing on. We'd keep going. We'd be filled and radiated with confidence. And it could be just as simple as closing your eyes and imagining yourself what it would be like if you had no fear. You can even go as far as to script this out. Like, write a script of yourself. It could be like a page long. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. What your life looks like if you have no fear. Using the words I am. Using like present tense right now as if you have no fear right now. How would you feel? What would you do? What would your life look like if the emotion of fear did not exist in you? How far would you get on your business? How far would you get in your relationship if you had no fear? If that voice was not there anymore, if these emotions were not there anymore, and you just radiated with confidence everywhere you went. So powerful. It's one of my favorite exercises. I use this probably every single day of my life when I get those negative emotions and negative chatters come in. Unbelievably powerful, and I think it'd be very, very powerful for you. And so this idea again with the self-doubt, that voice inside your head, we need to stop arguing with it. We need to stop taking it so seriously. And we can step out of our mind a little bit into our body, feel that emotion from a non-judgmental place, and watch as it dissipates. As it dissipates and we don't feel that emotion anymore, we can take that next step forward. We'll instantly get hit with a little more confidence. Okay, confidence isn't necessarily piling on more and more and more. Confidence is stripping away those layers of fear. Once we strip away those layers of fear, strip away those layers of self-doubt, naturally we are confident. Free of fear and our natural self, we are confident. So it's about stripping away, letting go of those layers of fear. Even if that means moving around a little bit, shaking out all the kinks a little bit, taking some deep breaths, being a little more mindful in the moment. That'll calm those anxious responses a little bit more. And then again, doing a little exercise. If I have an interview, job interview or something coming up in the next 5 minutes, I'm feeling nervous about it, or I have to give a big speech in 5 minutes, close my eyes just for 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes. What would it feel like right now if I didn't have fear? What if I gave that speech right now and had no fear? What if I went in that job interview and was not able to feel the emotion of fear? how powerful we would become, how powerful we would be. The words would just flow out. There'd be nothing holding us back. So powerful when we put ourselves in that moment. So those are my tips on eliminating self-doubt, on skyrocketing self-confidence, understanding how powerful you actually are when we take fear out of the equation. When there's no more fear, how incredible, amazing our life advances, how incredible our life can be, how freeing it can be, how wonderful life can actually be. Let's not take that voice seriously. Let's step out of our head into our body, and we will immediately skyrocket our self-confidence. If you enjoyed this video today, please take a moment and smash the like button so we can get the video out to more people that need to see it. Also, subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so. Click the notification bell so you are alerted every time I post a new video. That's it for me for now. I hope you have a marvelous, phenomenal day, and I'll see you in the next video.